Okay, in the previous video we ran out of time and it ended up throwing an error here, and I'm actually correcting what I uncorrected. But it was throwing a line number in for the location of the error. And if you're not aware of this in JGrasp, if you do Control L, it pops in the line numbers, which was indicating here. Now, I really didn't see any issues, but as I often do with some of these output statements, sometimes I pull them together, both for visual reasons and because sometimes I think it does throw errors for whatever reason. So I'm just going to run it again. I'm going to save it, throw a compile, and notice how this time it didn't throw any errors. So as silly as that seems, that's what was causing the problem. Why in particular, I'm not entirely sure. It shouldn't, but sometimes the copy and paste from the book isn't always very clean. So let's go ahead and run this again and see if it throws an error. So let's try the same thing. Okay, and once again it's throwing an error, and this time it's pointing to line 29. So we know that it is failing here somehow. Now, I have a number of different guesses as to why, but let me see if I can track it down. The good place to begin is actually to look at what the error says. It says exception in thread main java.language.null pointer exception at bowling team demo 2, once again line 29, and then it also says wedge 2 exit code for process is 1. I spent a little bit of time just combing through this to make sure I wasn't messing anything up. And one thing I did is I went back to the text and I was just looking at the completed sample code here, and I didn't see any problems. But then when I switched over to my screen, it took me a few minutes to see it, but it seems like this curly bracket does not have a mate. So I'm going to throw one in here. Now it might mean that we have to get rid of one here. I'm guessing that's the case. So let me go ahead and give that a shot and see what happens. All right, that's good. And we'll run it. And this time it's going to work perfectly. Except you've got to spell that right. All right, there's another team. Okay, that looks like it worked. So that's the solution there. Double check all your curly brackets and make sure they're all balanced in the right spots, and you should be good. That ends this video.